This is the Falcam FX3 Cage V2 that we have on this camera right here. This is my favorite camera, the FX3. And we've got the 16-35 lens on there, the DJI digital adapter with the USB-C port, and the all-new USB-C DJI mic input as well. This is kind of the smallest yet cinematic form factor that I like. And I recently transitioned from small rig, from all the other cages, to the all-new Falcam cage. And I'm going to tell you why, and why I love it, and why this thing is a bad boy beast. Now you're probably wondering, how does this compare to these small rig or tilted cages, or even just the built-in traditional cage? There's a couple of reasons that I like the Falcam one. One is the DJI adapter. We like to use digital audio just because I prefer 24-bit, no wires, it's cleaner, no cables. I can't stop using that. It's been reliable and valuable. Is if a regular over the cage thing will now block your hot shoe. And then the other downside is they're using RE pins, but it's a 1/4 inch, not the 3/8 inch. So it's not the same kind of like standard pin. So I wasn't able to find something that actually matches the screw in holes for this, which Falcam, why can't we just follow the standards? I found one that has a 3/8 inch with the RE pins, or the 1/4 inch one. Then the pins are just closer. So it just never works. You have to use Falcam stuff, which is a bit disappointing, but the Falcam stuff is really easy to use. You can slide things on and off. It not only works on the top portion right here, but you have F22 on the side, the right side. You have F22 on the left side, and you have F22 on the bottom, F38 and F50 on the bottom. So with like a Peak Design plate, that's about an F38, similar in that size. So this works with the Z backpack clips. It works on the Ulanzi tripod. It matches most Arco Swiss devices as well. And then I still have my 1/4 inch if I want to put a big tripod plate on there. The battery compartment still opens up pretty easily. Yep, it opens up and it closes. If I want to mount like an iPhone railing handles, you know, it's not NATO rail, but it is F22. I can get a NATO to F22 adapter if there's a device you really like. You've got F38 here, so I can actually plant this camera sideways on any that supports F38. We also have F38 here as well, so I can do both directions, and I can get vertical content, so that's a huge win. And for some reason, there's just so much more Ulanzi Falcam devices that you can use. They don't make a top handle with a recording button, which disappoints me, so I had to buy a small rig top handle, which there's only like an RE option, there's a NATO rail option, and then you can't use the top handle with the F22 adapter, so then you need to find a converter, and then it's just not as secure. So there are some downsides, because Ulanzi doesn't make everything, but they do make a lot more than small rig or tilted. So that's kind of why we switched, and I seem to like it. There is a cold shoe on the left here, so you can mount other things here if you need. I just wish there was a good solution for FX3s to use the digital DJI hot shoe, the Hollyland hot shoe, the top handle, and not have it run into any of these things. But it is well built. It's aluminum alloy construction. It feels high quality. It screws in at multiple points, so it's never been like wobbly. It doesn't block too many things other than the hot shoe. And then some lenses, actually, if they are a little big on the top here, you can have an issue where this will actually not allow you to put those larger lenses. Like I think we have a 10mm Laowa lens, and it won't fit with the Falcam lens because this pops out of the front. Now, who is this for? This is for run and gun shooters. I think if you're filming and you want to be able to just plop the tripod on, get some vertical content, get some horizontal content, boom, done, go. This makes it super easy. You don't have to think about things working or matching. You know that there's like multiple ways to put your camera on your tripod, multiple ways that you can use it. I just wish there was a better way. We're still trying to figure out the best cage system that will work with this cage, like the best overall rig, I should say, that works with this cage. This thing, it works decently well. There's 1/4 inch, there's 3/8, 16 RE style threaded holes. So there's lots of different ways to mount things. It is compatible, like there's a NATO rail adapter, which you can use, and then wrist strap slots. But I do love the F22, F38, F50 system for just like the quick release that it provides. This is compatible with the FX3, the FX30, but it does not fit the Sony FX2. So just keep that in mind. You can fit the Sony top handle on there, but you know, we can't have a top handle plus the DJI mic. Like there's so many things that, you know, once you start to make it a little bit complicated, it just doesn't work perfectly. Some things I wish is like I had a built-in Allen wrench or screwdriver into the cage. I know the small rig ones will usually have it on the bottom right over here. I like anti-twist and non-locking pieces as well, so I do appreciate that they have it on the top. And then I just wish F22 and NATO were compatible with each other, but they're not. They don't play friendly. They're slightly different, so they just don't fit very securely, and I wouldn't recommend you using them in a professional environment. Like you can do hacky alternatives, but they just don't work as well. But if you're all in on the ecosystem, I think this is a great device. And so far we've been trying to go all in. We just need a few more things to make this work. And I hope we'll have a full setup in Cinema Rig. If you have any questions, thoughts, or inputs on how we can make this even better, let me know. I want a version where we can tap a screen, a top handle, but then also be able to pull it off and just have this like more run and gun, you know, and doesn't show too much when you're filming outside. You won't get in trouble with it type of setup as well. There's a link in the description. If you click that link, it helps support the channel. Follow me at Shervin on all socials. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.